What the hell was that ending? That was one of the worst segments of Raw I have ever watched. And believe me, there has been some doozy here, folks. I'm Boss6, I'm back to another video, and here I'm reviewing Raw. I'm going to be crumpling up and probably ripping up some notes. Because sweet Jesus on the cross in heaven, that was god-awful. I about punched my television after watching that abortion of a segment. And don't worry, folks, I'm going to be railing against. This is most likely going to be a rant than a review. There were a couple positives on the show. As shite as Raw has been getting, there has been at least a couple positives that I will be pointing out. This is one of those shows. But Sweet Mary, Jesus, Joseph, and Heaven, that was one of the worst endings I've ever seen to a Raw. I don't know if it's the worst, because they've been considerably bad. That was probably one of the worst. Anyways, let me know how you guys felt about the show down in the comments. I'm really looking forward to how you guys felt about the show. That was a failed abortion of a freaking ending, and I hated it. Anyways, we start off the show with random teams just in there. New Day, Lindsay Dorado, apparently Great Metalik is out. I think he got injured. I don't know what happened to him. RK Bro, T-Bar and Mace, a.k.a., Dominic Dijakovic, because that's what he is. It's actually sad to see that Dominic Dijakovic last year was put on Match of the Year candidates, and now he's stuck being a bad road warrior, like Mad Max ripoff. The Viking Raiders, and they're all in a ring for some battle royal that was not advertised, but they were like, you know what, screw it, we're just going to throw on the wall and see what sticks. And what stuck was absolute dog crap. Anyways, Styles and Almost show up. Yay. A couple good things, I guess. Styles, saying, he talked about one team, but then he bashes them, and then Almost. I love Almost, the guy. I like the guy. I just like his presence. He shouldn't be talking. I don't think he should have a microphone. He only said a couple of words. He said, phenomenal and handsome, and I'll let you guys be the judge of that. I think he is. Shh, I'm not gay. At least I don't think I am. Anyways, Miz and Morrison show up, and Morrison shows off his drip stick. Have fun on seeing that. And Corey wants some of that. Carmelo will be sad. And this was stupid. Morrison enters the ring, and it's a battle royal. Whoever wins gets a future title shot against Almost and Styles for the tag titles. Dorado gets eliminated, and then by Morrison, who uses drip stick. Try saying that 5 times fast. He got one Mexican wet. Have fun on seeing that. News at 11. Then he tries using it against Mason T-Bar, and he gets thrown out. And then everyone teams up on the big guys, and then they get eliminated. Riddle starts hitting some moves, and then he gets eliminated. And then Woods gets eliminated, and now the Raiders were double teaming Orton, and they were getting ready to do where everyone was about to slam Ivar onto Orton, and then double foot stopped both of them as Ivar was getting ready to slam or Eric was about to slam Ivar. And then Trouble in Paradise, but Orton gets pushed out of the way, Riddle gets hit. And then Kingston gets thrown out. No, Orton gets thrown out. Okay, the Viking Raiders win. Bit of a shock there. Okay, whatever. We're going to recap of Beat the Clock challenges between Nikki Cross, Rhea Ripley, and Ric Flair's nepotism project. Charlotte Flair. Don't worry, we're getting there here a little bit. Sonya Deville and Adam Pearce backstage. Adam looks like the company's dad that treats the superstars like children. I swear, I just don't understand. I love Adam Pearce. Don't get me wrong. The man's an absolute talent. He is such a bland and so unthreatening authoritative figure in WWE. It's mind-boggling. This man literally beat the piss out of anybody in ROH, and now he just looks like a Vince McMahon puppet. More better than Michael Cole. So, Flair shows up and so does Ripley. Let's say you two team up. Oh yeah, that's not going to backfire whatsoever. And they take on, Nikki and a partner of her choosing. I wonder who that would be. I predicted it as soon as they said Nikki gets to pick a partner of her choosing. And the end result shocked me to my very core. Sarcasm, ladies and gentlemen. The Raiders backstage saying, we should have a feast because we're still doing this stuff. If the Viking Raiders were more serious, I wouldn't be so harsh on them, but they watered them down so much. They need to rebuild themselves as badasses. Because after that whole Viking Street Profits failed atrocity, I've lost hope on the Viking Raiders. So Styles and Noma show up and they say, you found a turkey leg, and I don't know where this was going. It made more sense on some of the show. Lexi and Lily. We get a video package in though. Why are we talking about that one? You know what? Screw it. I'm putting the hat on because at least I get to throw something in the end. We get a recap, or no, not a recap. Elias is in the ring and he talks about, Riker and all that stuff. All of a sudden, Riker's a face now, and he's immediately one of the worst faces in WWE history. I know that the man served his country, but he still talks a piece of human feces. Riker attacks, then we get Riker versus Elias. Riker wins by countout. Cool, can we not... You're trying to get me to care about a Jackson Riker match in 2021. That was adorable. Plus, he shaved his hair. Cool, don't care. Let's care about the more better. We get a recap of last week's main event between Drew and Kofi. Drew comes out to contract signing because those always end well. And Drew says he went through hell last year, and he says he's willing to do anything to get back his title. Lashley, MVP, and the women. I swear one of them looked like they could have lifted the goddamn sun. They could have flipped the sky themselves. Seriously, I'm not knocking it. That woman looks manlier and more muscular than I could ever dream of. Seriously, I'm pretty sure she could power lift my fat ass. So they come down, and MVP says on one stipulation, if you lose, then you can't challenge for the title ever again. Drew wants Hell in a Cell. Okay, cool. I kind of predicted that. This is so telegraphed. Drew's going to win. If he doesn't, then I will be happy, because let's be honest, Drew doesn't really need the title. I let it hold off for maybe another few months, and let Lashley go on a dominant run, because he's most likely going to be facing Brock at SummerSlam. Because don't worry, I'll be getting to SummerSlam here in a little bit. And then Drew uses the sword to break the table. Cool. Drew uses his lengthy sword all over the Thunderdome. And then Sarah with Nikki backstage. Her partner is Asuka. Pretends to be shocked. Sheamus comes down. He has a face mask now because doctor said because he got his nose broken last week. I like Sheamus, but if he takes any more bumps like this and has any more injuries, then his career is going to be gone by the time he hits... I think he's in his 40s, I think. But Sheamus, hell of an athlete. He gives 110% in his matches, at least lately. I'm surprised he hasn't been WWE champion lately. Though, to be fair, his last couple of reigns have been kind of snarky, if I'm going to be honest. Especially that 2015 one there, lads. Oh, boy. So, Ricochet versus Korea. Winner gets a U.S. title shot. About that. Stop saying title opportunity. It's title shot. It makes it easier and it sounds less stupid. Good stuff. This was good stuff. I just didn't care. In the end. Both men, doing some flippy doodah stuff and Spanish fly off of the apron. Why? At least none of them land on their neck. Oh, hello there, Will Ospreay. I didn't see you there. And then we go to a double countout. Cool. New Day backstage, and then MVP wants to talk to Kofi, saying, you know, you ruined Kofi Mania and all that stuff, and you know, Kofi says Lashley does this for a payday. And then MVP is saying, you know, no, Lashley's doing this to hurt people. Okay. Even Maria video package, don't care. She's gonna be back in the ring soon. Cool. The less I care, the more better. Mansoor backstage. Ali shows up. He's talking about his match against Gulak. Ali talks about, you know, Mansoor's match with Gulak. He says he's unpredictable. He could strike at any time. And then we get a Hardy promo. You know, talking about his match with Alexander. Then Alexander cuts a promo saying, you know, he'll beat the old people. And, you know, talking about, you know, how he wants new people to, you know, start, you know, getting featured more. Yeah, about that. Hardy versus Cedric. It wasn't bad. I just didn't have time to care about this match. Seriously. And then a swanton, and then Cedric loses. Hardy wins. Thanks for coming, Cedric. Seriously, I don't understand where's the continuity at? Okay, you have Shelton and Cedric have what could have been a 4-month feud build going on, and a pretty good match at a pay-per-view. Instead, that would make too much sense, and because Vince logic, we had to just rush this, have them have 3 matches in a row. Cedric wins 2 of them, and then Cedric just loses to Hardy in 7 minutes. Why? I don't get it. God, Jesus. Ripley and Flair are backstage, talking about their match. And then we got Asuka and Cross versus Ripley and Flair. This could only go well. We get some animosity going between the two. Except I don't care. It's Charlotte Flair. I don't care about Flair. Jesus. Hell, the Ric Flair commercials he's doing nowadays is better than what Charlotte's doing. Because it's stupid, but at least it's funny. Charlotte just has no character development and no character depth as to where we don't care about her. Anyways, they start attacking each other, and then Ripley tries to hit the Riptide on Flair, but then Flair chop blocks her. Natural selection, and then Ripley takes the pin. Because Ripley had to take the pin. Cross pins her. Nothing against Nikki. Nothing against Nikki. Why that theme, I have no idea. Hell, make Asuka and Nikki the new tag champions. Because at least those two have energy and they have personality. Natalia's carrying the team with her and Tamina. Though, to be fair, you could have carried a dead water buffalo and you still would have been carrying Tamina. I just don't get this. Flair's gonna win at Hell in a Cell. I just know it because we can't have nice things. Lex playing around backstage. We can't wait to see what Shayna's doing. Yeah, this Raw had its moments, but Jesus H. Criminy, this show was a failed bomb. This was like a Michael Bay film. It was boring, unneeded, and ungodly slow. Mansoor versus Gulak. It was okay. There was some good exchange back and forth. Roll up 1, 2, 3. Mansoor wins. Okay, cool. Riddle and Norton backstage. Riddle is talking about Burger King. Burger King foot lettuce. At least that was more tolerable than whatever the hell Riddle was trying to say here. I don't get this. I don't get Riddle at all. He's a fine athlete. I don't care about him. Kingston versus Riddle, because we had the whole hodgepodge that happened earlier. Goes on for a little bit. There was some fine exchanges back and forth. DDT, the draping DDT that Riddle did. Orton says finish him. Shouldn't have said that to Riddle. Because if you know, you know. And then Trouble in Paradise 1, 2, 3. Okay, cool. Then Jax and Baszler are backstage saying, she's known, Alexa for a long time, and, saying that this is the most evil I've ever seen, and she said, and, Shayna saying, hopefully your boy toy is, at home recovering and all that stuff, and Jax does not need to be there. Just send her home. She does not need to be there. I'm sorry. I have nothing against, Nia as a person, though, to be fair, she's made some dumb decisions because her immune system is inedible. Because God created her immune system, therefore she has to restrict getting vaccinations. That's not how that works, you dumb twat. Look, Nia is a big, nothing, not big as in terms of how her stature, but, she's, a big public figure as to, speaking for, big women. I have nothing against big women because, for God's sakes, if you guys know me personally, then you know she is the most careless wrestler I've ever seen. She is the King Mabel of the women's division. And not because of her size, it's because of how ungodly bad she is. Like, my God, she is so careless in the ring. Anyways, we get to Alexa's Playground with Shayna Baszler. This is how... Hold on. That's how I thought about this segment. This was one of the worst segments I've ever seen on a professional wrestling television. I swear, if Lord is my savior and looking down upon me, upon Evans. Oh, hi, great grandma. Hope you're having fun with the big men up there and not going down here in hell where I'm experiencing bad television. This was a bad segment. If you guys love this, more power to you. This is worse than the Annabelle movie. Hell, Annabelle Creation's least scarier moments, and that's not saying much because that film is terrifying, and yes, I watched that film and I'm still mentally disturbed by the imagery. But I digress. This was a bad segment. This needed to be slapped in the face by anyone that had continuity. Alexa, Shayna shows up and apologizes to the doll, stomps on the thing. Alexa goes haywire and starts trying to attack her. And then, the Thunderdome, videos start glitching out. Shayna starts running. The fire pyro goes off. She goes backstage. Equipment's falling. It's falling from the sky. The sky is falling. And then, the lights are flickering. This is a bad scene from a pretty bad horror movie. I swear to God, this was so terrible. Anyways, she locks herself in a room. She looks at the mirror. The doll's behind her. She looks behind her. The doll's not there. Looks in the mirror again. Doll's behind her. She punches or, kicks the glass, kicks the mirror. Shatters it. The doll's still there. She screams, fade to black. What the hell, WWE? What in God's name was this albatross of a segment? I would rather watch Freddy's Dead: The Final Nightmare. I'd rather watch Jason Takes Manhattan. I would rather watch Halloween 6: The Curse of Michael Myers. I would rather watch Alien vs. Predator Requiem. And that includes the woman getting That includes the woman having French kissing the alien, the pred alien, and then she gets belly bursted. That's how terrible this was. I'd rather watch Texas Texas Chainsaw 3D. I'm stumbling over my words because of how terrible this was. This show had some moments, but it is overshadowed by this failed abortion of a... I want to say the F-bomb so loudly right now, but I can't because I'm not allowed to say that. This was atrocious. This was terrible. This was insulting. This was mind-numbingly bad. I can't discuss how terrible this segment was. After this, I'm going to go watch something good. I don't know, like a good horror movie. Maybe like Conjuring 3, The Devil Made Me Do It. I heard it's good, and it probably is good. I'll probably watch The Conjuring again, because that's a good horror film. I might go watch As Above, So Below, because that had atmosphere. I might go watch some good horror movies. Like Let Me In. The Devil's Rejects. Yes, I like that film. I might go watch The Silence of the Lambs, for God's sake. This was terrible. Anyways, what'd you guys think of this show? Because man, oh man, this show just had me in spades. And not the Queen of Spades, not even the Ace of Spades. Lemmy is God, ladies and gentlemen. Anyways, let me know down in the comment section below. Did you like this episode? Did you absolutely despise this episode? Mainly that ending. Let me know down in the comment section below. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, tap the bell for more notifications. I'm Boss Base 6. Screw this ending. I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Peace out.